Today's video, I'm going to be teaching you to make this awesome fingerboard half pipe only using some basic materials like a shoebox, some paper, scissors, glue, all that basic stuff. So hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so at first you're only going to need some scissors, your shoebox and a marker pen. So what you want to do first is measure the length of the box. In my case, I think it was about 12 inches. And you want to do a little point in the center of it because you want to know when the dip is going to be basically in your half pipe. You want to know a center point so it's not uneven. So as you can see right here, I'm just marking it out. Then in a second you'll see I put the markings a bit lower because the lower marking is what I'm going to need to do. So there we go. I'm just making sure it all lines up. So now you want to grab a piece of paper and fold it so it's the same shape as the side of the box, as you can see what I'm doing right here. So just make sure it's got a nice even fold to the box, and you want to find the center point in that piece of paper and draw what you want the shape of your half pipe to be. On each side, do the shape different, do it different shapes. Like as you can see there, both of them are different shapes, and as you can see, I'm about to put a smiley face on the one I prefer, which is the one to the left. So just decide which one you prefer out of those two. So as you can see here, I'm folding it in half, and the technique I do here isn't very good, so you want to cut out that shape. So as you can see where the line is, cut that out and use it as a template to draw it onto your box. I don't do this, I do it in a much more difficult way. As you can see, I'm like trying to draw it through the paper and stuff and try and imprint it on the box, which doesn't work. Just cut it out and use it as a template and draw it straight on the box, nice and easy. So as you can see, finally I managed to get it on the box. It's not that even because I didn't do it in a very good way. Just want to do exactly the same of what you've just done on the other side of the box. So there you go, I did it. Not that great, but now you just want to cut it out. So along that line, cut it out where you just drew. So as you can see, I'm time-lapsing this, so it's a bit quicker for you guys, and you don't have to wait around here watching me cut a box. So there you go, I've cut it out now, and it should look something like this. Both those semicircles that you cut out should be similar sizes. As you can see, mine are a bit uneven. That's because of I didn't use a template technique, which I said for you guys to use. So hopefully you did that and it's a lot better than mine. So now you're going to need your box lid. And what you want to do is snap it so it's flat. So it's a 2D shape. So as you can see, I'm just going to snap each corner down. It's not that hard. And that will make sure it's flat. And we can go on to the next step, which is going to kind of progress the shape of this half pipe to make it a bit better. Have it like a standing and landing pad, I guess. So we'll get on to that just after this time lapse is finished of me cutting this lid. So as you can see here, what you want to do is measure the height of the box. You can just use a ruler, but I just thought it would be better lining it up. And put a little marking right at the top. And it doesn't matter how far out you want to go, but I think I went 5 centimeters outwards. So if you saw at the beginning, I had like a little landing pad kind of thing. That's what I'm working on right now. So mine was 10.5 centimeters high. That was the height of the box, and 5 centimeters wide. So I'm going to be doing those dimensions. I've got to do that 4 times to be able to do both sides of the half pipe. and you'll just be watching me do that right now. I'm doing it in a time lapse once again, so it's a lot quicker for you. As you can see, I'm just cutting out the first shape. There we go, and I'm doing it again, just tracing around it because that's a bit easier, cutting it out. And now I'm going to be doing the top bit, and the top bit, you want the whole length of the box. I'm not quite sure of my dimensions, and you want it the same width. So on the other pieces it was 5 centimeters wide. This top bit is going to be 5 centimeters wide too. I'd say maybe recommend it be a little bit wider, maybe the length of your board, so you can actually have a bit of a roll up. But now I'm in a time lapse of me measuring and cutting this out. I'm not quite sure how long it is. I don't think I've written any measurements in. So as you can see, these will fit together quite nicely. It wasn't perfect because the bits on the side I should have done a little bit longer. But as you can see, that's how they fit in. So I'm time-lapsing this once again. Grab some sellotape, and you should have sellotape at home, and just stick it on the outside and inside for extra support, and stick each bit down to make it go together. As you can see, that is what I'm doing right now on both sides. Now I'm about to go to the top to fit it all together, and there you go. Now you can see it starting to form a little bit, and as you can see, it's not as that wide, so make it a bit wider if you go and do this, because it certainly helps. I'd think that it would help having it a lot wider than which I did. Alright, next, as you can see, I finished doing this. So now you got to do exactly the same on the other side. So I got my box lid again, and I'm ready to measure and cut out exactly the same pieces I did last time and stick it on the other end. So I'm going to time lapse this as well and not show you so much so it doesn't go on for too long. Okay, so I've done now, and you need quite a bit of paper. So we're actually going to be making the half pipe bit which you go up and down on, and paper is actually pretty good for this because it folds and no creases when you fold it unless you crease it. So if your paper doesn't go all the way up to each end like mine didn't, you're going to need to do this. Otherwise, just stack papers up and just put it up normally. You got an easy job. But if you're like me and the paper doesn't reach from each end, then you need to do this. So you want to grab a piece of paper, glue it down, and you probably expect me to just plonk it right on top, but no, you want to put it about 1 centimeter down. This means the paper's going to get longer each time without it going so thin and it not being very supportive. So you can measure out exactly 1 centimeter, but I just did it roughly. So after each time, as you can see, you just want to go over with your ruler or something straight, a straight edge, just to try get rid of air bubbles. You will get air bubbles anyway, unless you cover the whole entire sheet of paper each and every time, but I didn't want to waste that much glue. So there you go, I finished it. I probably did about 7 layers. You need to check every time on the half pipe to make sure it's the right length. And now what you want to do is just plonk some glue on each end. There is sellotape there, so it didn't really work that well because you can't really glue sellotape because it's quite a slippery material. So then I put glue on the paper, which is going to be the half pipe mold, you could say. And I'm just going to stick it on. And it actually was a pretty perfect size, to be honest. It worked and fit quite nicely. The paper was a nice width to the box. So as you can see, there it's finished, and I've just got some sellotape just to stick down the edges of it so it can't lift up and it can't move around. So I think I put about 5 pieces on each edge, one up in each very corner, and then one halfway down, then one at the bottom. So after I do that, I go onto the other side. the half pipe is complete. So hopefully you did enjoy that DIY build. It was super easy to make, and hopefully you did make it and it went alright and you did enjoy today's video. As I usually do with these DIY builds, I'm going to put some tricks after I finish speaking here, but I am going to end the video. So thank you for watching. If you have got this far, please leave a like down below and hit that subscribe button because it helps me out a lot. Now I'm not going to waste any more of your time. I'm just going to show you some awesome tricks which you can do on this half pipe that hopefully you enjoy to make.